Hello and welcome to the first race of the Speedy Speedrun 48 track no items 200cc tournament. We are doing double elimination. I am one of the racers and also I'm going to commentate this race. Yeah. So what exactly are we doing here? We are going through all of those 48 tracks you can see here. Every single one on 200cc with no items, just the coins that are on the track already. And we are trying to complete all of them as fast as possible. Now there's an optimal starting point for this all, and this is the track Rainbow Road and 64. I'm going to explain why in a second, but this is the optimal starting point. Okay, and we should be good to go in a second when the countdown starts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So the reason why we start on this track is because this track has a very special method of giving coins to the player. And so this is the train. And well, the train is designed for 150cc and we're not doing 150, we're doing 200cc. And 200cc is pretty much 1.5 times faster than 200cc. And that's why we are able to outpace the train. And this might sound good because we are fast, but it also is very not good because we are too fast for the train, and because of that we don't get any coins, and coins make you faster in this game. So we kind of have to start here, because if you start on a track, you get 5 coins from the get-go, which is something that's unique to starting a race. And yeah, that makes this about 3 seconds faster than any other starting point. And as you can see, I now have 10 coins, which is perfect. This is a massive speed up. It's about the same speed difference from the slowest to the fastest combination, if you have 0 or no coins. And this is what makes starting on N64 Rainbow Road so fast. Okay, so the track there was kind of simple and straightforward, and this track is pretty much different. There's a thing you can do on the tracks, especially this one, which is called a NISC, no item shortcut. And what it means is that you take a shortcut that Nintendo wanted you to take with a mushroom or some kind of speed item like a star, but we don't need that actually. And this track has quite a lot of them. You saw that one through the waterfall, and there's also that one through the piranha right there. And hopefully I can make them all on all 3 laps. That would be great. Because they are not easy for me right now. This is not good? Okay, made it. Yeah, this part is a very heavy reset point for me. Because if I don't make the waterfall shortcut all 3 times, I fall down there, and this loses 3 seconds. And losing 3 seconds on the second track is not really something I want. And that's Yoshi Circuit done. Okay. This next track, Excitebike Arena, is randomized. So every time you drive it in versus race, you get a different layout. These ramps you see here are not the way they always are. This is unique to this course. So you have to react to what you see on screen basically, if you do this. And what you want to do on this course is that you want to avoid those big orange speed ramps at all costs, because they give you a very large amount of air, and airtime is slow in this game. So it's basically my #1 priority to avoid going over those ramps. Okay, so here's what happens if you go over them. And this was a good airtime. You normally get a much larger amount of airtime if you go over those ramps. Okay. I guess I didn't really explain why I am commentating like this. The reason for this is because I can't really see what Zypher is doing right now, because my computer can't handle this. And yeah, this is why I'm kind of commentating like this is a GDQ, although it's very much not. Nice. Okay. Anyway, this track, Ringridgeway, there's not really much going on here except for this one list. You may have seen me butcher there. You can just drift over that. Yeah. It's also possible to do that on 150cc, but it's much harder to do it on 150. So it's apparently hard for me to do it on 200 right now. Yeah, that's basically a rule of thumb for those no item shortcuts. You can do everything you can do on 200, also on 150cc, it's just a lot harder. Okay, this is how it should look. Good. You're going to apply for commentary? That's great. Yeah, commentating and racing is possible, but it's not very much fun. Okay, so this track, Mute City, is one of the 2 F-Zero tracks in this game. So, yeah, F-Zero tracks have anti-gravity all the way through, and they have also a reduced gravity, which means that you can fall very slowly on those tracks if you hold back on the analog stick. And just how slowly you can fall is going to be shown to you right here. Yeah, this is something you can do. Also, what F-Zero tracks also have are those blue coin pads you might have seen. There are no regular coins on those tracks. There are only these pads in a reference to F-Zero, which give you coins as you drive over them. Also, the boost pads at the start of the track are randomized. and we are 3 for 3 touchless. Nice. Nice, Zypher. So this might be a good time to explain a key strategy in going fast in Mario Kart, which is soft drifting and the principle of not moving your analog stick. Every time you move your analog stick in a corner, you lose time, and this time is normally about a tenth of a second per turn. So this is why holding your control stick at about 10 or 2 o'clock, which is 60 degrees, is a lot faster than just wiggling your control stick. And you still get the fast charge of the mini turbo. It's super great. You go fast, you go zoom, which is the whole point of this. You can tell if somebody is doing soft drifts at least reasonably well if you look at the head of the character. If the head of the character is moving a lot, going around the corner, then that means that they are probably wiggle drifting and they are going slow. On the other hand, if the head of the character doesn't move at all or only moves very slightly, then that means that they are soft drifting. So this corner there, for example, I wiggle drifted because I don't know how to go around with a soft drift, but right there was a soft drift. So what could I tell you about this track? In SNES Rainbow Road, it's a rainbow road, and it's where the friendships die because you fall off easily. There's a corner at the end of this track that's pretty scary because it has an unintuitive design. So right there, you can easily fall off on the right. Another neat little thing you can do here are those double coin grabs you saw there. Yeah, that's what I meant. Also, you can trick there, and this gives you speed, which normally is good, but I didn't want the speed there because it was too fast and I had to brake drift there. And you can also easily fall off in that way on this track. Another way to fall off on this track is if CPUs are bad, left 3 in this corner, right there. That's also something that happened to me a lot in practice. I would look at you, Zypher, but you know I can't. If I would look at you, then my laptop would probably explode trying to process this. Okay, this track, ISS Outpost, has a very difficult shortcut. You saw that on my right. I'm not going to go for it. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty much soft drift galore. The only other track I can think of that has more soft drifts is Retro Mario Circuit. Wait, no, sorry, is just the normal Mario Circuit. There are a lot of Mario Circuits in this game. Also, this cut there to the right might look like it's faster, but you have to brake it a lot just to get in there, so it's slower. I don't know how they would expect people to drive the tracks this fast. Probably by adding a mode called 200cc that makes the cars 1.5 times so than ever intended by the developers of the tracks. That might be a way. So here's another big NISC no item shortcut coming up. You can go here, then brake it a little, and then hop over this entire grass. I failed it there a bit, but if you do it right, then you save about 2 or 3 seconds compared to the normal route, I think. Let's have another shot at it. Nope, this butchered it. Anyway, probably still faster than going around. The shortcut is way more difficult on lap 3 because there's this Dekubaba plant that's trying to eat you, and if you take the shortcut and don't know what you're doing, which I definitely don't know, then you're going to get eaten by it, and it's slow to get eaten by a plant and then spit out again, if you didn't know. This is why I take the cut a little bit wider there. Now, this track, Baby Park, it has the most no-item shortcuts out of any track in the game. It has 14, and I just missed the startup boost. That's something that happened. Well, now it has 13 for me, because you can cut this grass every time, and you have this grass twice per lap, and there are 7 laps, and I'm terribly bad at it, so yeah, that's fun. And now I have 12 chances to not make a mistake on this. Okay. I probably should rename my Baby Park split into Baby Rage, because yeah, this track hasn't been nice to me recently. I know, I also love the German language in Mario Kart, at least. König Buhu. It's quite a sight there. Way better than King Boo in my opinion. Speaking of fun and entertaining tracks, this is Cheeseland, the objectively worst track in the game. Because you have to do a lot of, let's just say, not very nice cuts here. Also, the track has holes that like to fling you in whatever direction they feel like on that particular day. And the track has chain jump that are terribly bad at aiming for whatever reason. Yeah. So you have those 2 shortcuts there. First, you go through a cheese tunnel with a lot of off-road, which for whatever reason doesn't really slow you down. And then you have a glider in the off-road that you also want to go over. Yeah. If you miss the glider ramp, then you're going to have a problem, because the road below the glider ramp is a 90-degree angle, and you're just going to drive over the road and then fall off on the other side again, which loses a lot of time. Nice. Yeah, I think almost everyone hates this track, and when I started speedrunning I kind of liked the track because I thought that the NISC with the off-road glider was kind of fun, but yeah, I also hate the track now. Okay, let's go. Nice finish. Super Bell Subway is better, because you can get the good RNG and that feels good. Cheeseland is just 100% terrible. I think Super Bell Subway is like 50% terrible or whatever the chances for the bad RNG. Also, you have this little barrel cut there, that's kind of fun to pull off. That I just did. Now on this track, you can cut the off-road. You can see there on the left. This ramp there, you can cut over it. I'm not consistent with it and I don't want to fall off now, because falling off loses time. And yeah. I might go for it lap 3 if I'm feeling it, but not right now. One thing to note about this track is that it's much faster to stay in the water current there than to take the most inside line you can, because the water current speeds you up a lot. Okay, that was close, but it worked. Am I feeling it? Yeah, let's go for it, sure, why not? Okay, this was a fail, but it still was kind of good. I don't think that Toad's Turnpike is the worst track in that game. I think Toad's Turnpike might be the second worst, but definitely not the totally worst. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention at the start. If you select the first track and hold ZL, you can influence whatever season this track has. So this track has 4 different modes. It has spring, summer, autumn, which is this mode, and it has winter. All of the modes have some kind of different layouts. I'm not really familiar with the spring layout. The summer layout has ramps here. You are looking at the autumn layout right now, and the winter layout is horrible because it's ice physics. So yeah, if you hold ZL, you will. There's a dev tool that they left for us, thankfully, that can influence the season you have there and get autumn 100% of the time, which is optimal. If you forget it and then get the winter RNG, then you're going to have, I think, at least 5 seconds of time loss if you know what you're doing, because ice is generally slower. And if you don't know what you're doing, which is definitely me, going to lose 20 seconds at the minimum. Okay. Nice. Okay. This track near Bowser City might be the 3rd worst track in the game for me. That's due to it being rainy and slippery, and you're going to have some fairly tight hairpins at the end of the track. Yeah, it clearly wasn't designed for 200cc. Yeah, they're coming up right here. So you have to brake drift for your life on those turns. If you don't, then you're going to fall off. Good. Yeah, sorry if I'm quiet for a few seconds, but yeah, you know I'm racing, I need to concentrate, man. Okay, nice. Just one more hairpin, and we should be good to go from this track. Yeah. Oh yeah, right, of course. New Bowser City is the best track in the game. Yeah, right. This is also the best track in the game. It's just so beautiful, and it totally doesn't have any shortcuts that are super hard to pull off that I don't know how to do, and even the world record holder doesn't, because they are just that stupid. Couldn't be this track. Yeah, so this anti-gravity section here is already kind of, yeah, it is kind of, you know, weird. And then you have those blocks there on the right that I didn't even know for a year that you can drive on. I thought they were off-road, or out of bounds rather. But they are actually a shortcut, and they are super difficult and super tight to do. And I'm not going to go for them. Great. I don't know why I didn't drift there. Yeah. So you can look at the current 200cc world record for this track. It's absolutely beautiful how he does those shortcuts, and I think Amber, she's one of the top runners for the bonus tracks and also for the whole game. I think she also goes for it, at least in bonus track runs, but yeah, I'm not one of those guys. I'm definitely not good enough for that. So this is Super by Subway, and you have two modes on this track. You have the good RNG, which appears in time trials, and you have the bad RNG. And I have the bad RNG here. So bad RNG is when the blue train goes with you and the red train goes against you. Wait. Yeah, exactly. So this is the bad RNG, because the red train is going against me. And the good RNG is the red train going with you and the blue train going against you, because it's just a lot nicer. And yeah, I don't really know how to handle this also, because this only appears in versus races and not in time trials. So there's not really like a good way to practice this. You just have to go into versus races and hope that this appears. But I'm doing a lot better than I expected, to be honest, from this. I usually lose like 5 seconds or something if I get the bad RNG, but not this time, I hope. This might actually be one of the few runs with the bad RNG that are kind of decent for me. That would be pork, if that would be the case. Yeah, nice. Okay. Now this is my favorite track in the game. And there's a very, very cool shortcut on it. That's super busted. On lap 2. So the first lap is kind of normal, at least for a F-Zero track. You have anti-gravity all the time. And you're going fast because it's F-Zero, you know? And yeah, on lap 2 things are going to get very interesting, because I'm not going to drive a whole lot on lap 2, let's just say that. Okay, so we are going inside of these little conveyor belts here, and then we're going to glide down to lap 2. We're starting a drift here, then we're going to go over the side of the track, and boom. That's did I seriously just do that? I had it. I just pressed down too early. That's a bro moment. Yeah, so if it worked, I would have flown over that gate there. And we are back, boys. Poggos. Okay, yeah, while we were away, I kind of butchered Mario Kart Stadium. But nobody saw that, so that's fine. Yeah. So we completed N60 for Rainbow Road, and Big Blue was the last of the ever plays of the game. And now this is the second track, it's Water Park. And you might have seen it there, that's a very cool strategy for building up a pink mini turbo. Because when you're in the air, it doesn't actually matter what kind of control sticks input you make. At least usually, it matters on F-Zero tracks, but on those tracks here, it doesn't really matter. So I can just start the drift here, then align myself, hold right all the way while I'm in the air. Then when I enter the water, I hold down right, down left, and I have an ultra mini turbo just like that on a straight piece of track basically. It's pretty cool. Also, there are stairs there, and these carts don't really like the stairs. I don't really know why they put them there. It's kind of weird game design, but sure, why not? Everybody hates the stairs on Water Park. Okay, so I believe the next track is Sweet Sweet Canyon. Yeah. And Sweet Sweet Canyon actually has the first instance out of all the 48 tracks of a glider cannon. And what a glider cannon does, it is that it shoots you out of a cannon and you deploy the glider. You can trick in those cannons, but it's slower. So what you want to do is just to hop into the cannon, like it's basically nothing. And if you do that, you are saving 0.1 seconds every time. And there are a lot of glider cannons, so it definitely adds up. So yeah, what I do here is just to hop, try to land on the last bit of the ramp, but that's not really that important, and not trick, that's very important. Oh right, yeah, Big Blue also has a glider cannon. I always forget about that one. Lol. Yeah, true 3-8 move. Right, I always forget about the Big Blue glider cannon because I always trick in that. Yeah, my mistake. Okay. Now this track. What could I tell you about this track? I don't know. Maybe how those thrombs are called stone blocks in German. So this track is not called Thromb Ruins, how one would expect in German. It's called Steinblock-Ruinen, which literally translates to stone block ruins, which just shows again how imaginative Nintendo is with naming tracks. Yeah. Also, this ramp here is pretty badly designed. So I got a trick out of that, but that's not how it usually goes. This is just another ramp that does whatever it feels like. And one last thing about this track is these cogs you see here. These cogs, they are designed to open up the stone part in the middle there to a glider ramp, which is supposed to be faster, but A, I'm beating them out, and B, it's not actually faster to take the glider. It's just faster to go through the water both times, even if the glider is active. So yeah, that's another point of good game design and how well Nintendo thought ahead when trying to implement 200cc. Also, you got the Zypher. I believe in you. Okay, so these turns here are soft drift. Basically, is just what you do if you want to learn soft drifting. So this turn right here, you can hold a constant angle, which is pretty much the 60 degrees you need for soft drifting, and yeah, it's basically how I learned it and how I think almost everyone else also learned it. It feels weird at first. I can't really talk right now. It feels weird at first because it's not really a 90-degree angle and it's also not really a 45-degree angle. It's 60 degrees, but yeah, these corners are basically the perfect circle for that. And if you drive around it enough times, then you are going to learn it. Also, the piranha plants can't really target you if you go inside enough for whatever reason. They are pretty bad chompers. Although they do be trying to chomp you. They do be trying. Oh no. Yeah, so for whatever reason, that particular wall in the game is pretty annoying. In general, wall collision is pretty bad in the game, but that one especially has a tendency to just bounce you off into the water. And I tried to cut it a little too close there, and I was doomed. Let's see if I can do a better job lap 2. Yeah, that was way better. Also, if you take this cut here, you can go too far to the left and ram into the building. which loses a lot of time. Okay, and one more time, please. Great. Oh no. Okay, not so great. Yeah. Wall collision is janky. And this is definitely one of the tracks I should have practiced more, apparently. Yeah, it is a pretty good ramp. Sorry, it is a pretty good track, yeah. I still think that Big Blue is my favorite, but Toad Harbor is also pretty great. Now, those boosts you see here, they are solid, so I really don't want to touch them. Yeah, boos are solid. Ghost solid confirmed. Apparently they are poltergeist or something. Okay, and that's it for this track. So I believe next up is Shy Guy Falls. Shy Guy Falls has a very interesting no item shortcut that looks like it is impossible, but you can definitely make it in 200cc. And I think you can also make it on 150 again, but it's just a whole lot harder. You're going to see. Okay, so yeah, you're going to just, okay, I'm just going to drive over it then, but you can hop over all this off-road and just make it. I mean, you can obviously also just drive through the off-road, but it's faster to hop over it because you're getting slowed down and we're trying to go fast here. Yeah, just like this. Only, I mean, it can be done a little bit better even, but that was good. That was again not so good. Yeah, I agree, the music in this game is fantastic. Especially Mount Vario. Mount Vario music is godlike. I mean, Mount Vario is always godlike, whichever way you take it, but it's just great. Okay, so I need to watch out for the CPU. He wasn't being bad there, but he can definitely screw you over if you're not careful. Also, I definitely wanted to get those coins, but I didn't. Nice airplane rules we got there. I'm glad we could show them off. I wouldn't say that Mute City is the best. Mute City comes close, but I think that Mute City is actually the third best. So, in my opinion, the best one is Mount Varia. After that is Big Blue, and third best is Mute City. Maybe fourth best would be Animal Crossing Autumn, because it's very chill. I'm not sure about that though. Electrodrome is also a banger, or what's that track called again? Music Park. It's also great. Mount Varia sucks from a time trialing and speedrunning perspective, yes, but from a musical perspective, Mount Varia is godlike from a musical perspective. Bowser Castle is another example. The music there is such a banger, and the track is not such a banger. Great. I don't know why I'm messing up this corner so much lately. Also, I don't know why I went on the right side. I already got enough points. I guess we never know why I did that. Let's just get some eel tricks. Okay, nice. Yeah, you want to go on the right side of the eel because his face won't be in your way otherwise. And while you thankfully don't get hurt by his face, like you do in various other Mario games, you still get slowed down by it. Yeah, the sex section on Dolphin Shoals is also amazing, but I mean, Mount Vario, if you hear the full soundtrack and how beautifully it just melts together when you change sections on the course it's like another world. Now this is another thing about this game that I probably didn't explain yet. So if you have a pink mini turbo, this is also called ultra mini turbo, and you're going off a glider ramp, it's usually faster to not trick on said glider ramp, but to just keep the speed boost from the ultra mini turbo. That's because tricking on a glider ramp actually sets your speed to a set value for the rest of the glider, and the ultra mini turbo for whatever reason does not. So it's usually faster to not trick after ultra mini turbo. Toad's Turnpike music, yeah, it's not really that good, but it's not even that bad. Also, I don't really think that Wario Stadium music is bad. It's a really good remix of the DS version, and it's not really their fault that it doesn't really sound great with big band. This song was probably never designed for that anyway. Also, yeah, this is section 1 of Mount Wario, and I have not really an idea how to properly take it, so I almost fell off there. Still made it work somehow. Now this is a section that's kind of okay, in my opinion, where you have the dam and all the boost pads, and now this is the forest. This is not okay in my opinion. You have all those trees you need to dodge, and yeah, let's see if I can do it. This doesn't look very good. Okay, made it, but I took a very wide line there. And this is a slalom section of Mount Wario, which is just poorly designed because it's bumpy and you're trying to get drifts out if you're going too fast, which doesn't really work most of the time. But thankfully I didn't mess up that bad there. Okay, now at the end of Mount Wario I have a stupid little shortcut, parentheses in the background, that I failed, unfortunately. You can keep the mini turbo all the way out of there, and yeah, it's kind of stupid. Okay. Now the Special Cup. Special Cup is difficult. Cloudtop Cruise is probably the the easiest course out of all of them, and it's still hard. Because you're trying to go for cycles and stuff, and I don't think that I can go for cycles now anymore because I hit that barrel. Let's see though. So the first cycle you want to make is trying to get through here before the lightning bolt, and I just made it. Also, that boost pad, that trick pad there is for whatever reason just sometimes very slow and sometimes fast. I don't know really why. I at least didn't get hit by lightning, that's a plus. Oh yeah, Cloudtop Cruise is amazing. I think they have parts of Galaxy music in there, don't they? Also, the way it changes to the electric guitar when you go into the lightning section is just great. Speaking of other things that are just great, I burned out there for the first time. So you can burn out if you're pressing A too early, trying to get a starter boost, which I just did. So yeah, that's a showcase of some new, never seen before Mario Kart content right there. Okay, now this track is hard. Bone Red Dunes, it's just hard. And it doesn't make it easier that I had the burnout, because now my cycles are off with the dry bones at the end. There's basically this weird section that's coming up again here, with where you want to take this corner without getting a lot of air, which can happen easily. And if you get a lot of air in this corner, it's basically game over and you're going into the off-road. Or even worse, you're going to get chomped by the plant, which you don't want. So yeah, a lot of difficult things here. The plus side of this track is though that if you're playing online, almost nobody knows how to drive on 200, and if you pick it, then people are going to get very mad at you, and you're going to get an easy first place. If you know how to drive, that is. Thanks for eliminating that threat there, Link. Very, very much appreciated. Okay, speaking of nonsense, basic, I think this is almost our actual favorite track, Bowser Castle. It's just wonderful. I mean, what could go wrong in a cycle-based track that has very fast cycles, that if you make one mistake, you're basically getting a lot of time off. That's just great. And especially if those mistakes are like out of your control, like a CPU bumping you, for example. That sounds like a fun time here, doesn't it? Yeah, Bowser Castle. If you're playing this track and making one bad move, or being forced into making one bad move, which that CPU just did there by ramming me out of my line, then you're in for a treat. Let's just say that, because all of the cycle-based things in here are super fast. So the fire bars are rotating very fast. The ball of steel there, or more accurately, the ball of death there. Yep, that one. That is also swinging very fast, and I know where they are if I play perfect, but I don't really know how to correct for any mistake I made, because I just don't know how much time I lost actually. And yeah, that's bad. This track is just wonderful. But it has banger music. It really has. Okay, and I think I should be still able to go right. Yeah, nice. Okay. And Ultra Miniature out of here. It is the most frustrating track in the whole game, I think. I mean, Retro Mario Circuit is also frustrating with how many difficult miscs it has, but oh man, Bowser Castle is sure very, very bad. Okay, so now we are on Rainbow Road, the second time. Yeah, this Rainbow Road isn't really that much a Rainbow Road, it's more of a spaceship, blah blah blah, bad track. I like it. It has a banger soundtrack, it has great shortcuts that feel good if you pull them off, and that are absolutely horrible if you fail them, which is both hilarious and yeah, it's also one of my personal favorites. Yeah, that shortcut there where you switch the paths and build up a mini-tour, but meanwhile it feels so good to do. This corner here is a bit monker, but if you know how to do it, it's not that bad. kind of butchering it right now, but yeah, I also like it. I still wouldn't say it's my favorite. I'm 100% convinced that Big Blue is my favorite track. There's nothing that comes close to it, but Rainbow Road is pretty good. Okay, and like that we are out of the nitros. Okay, so at this point I have 15 tracks left, because I already did the N64 Rainbow Road at the very beginning of the run. And all of the tracks that are left now are remakes of old tracks. So this, for example, is a remake of Wii Moo Moo Meadows. And yeah, unlike the retros in Mario Kart Wii, which still had the vibe of being old tracks, these tracks, they are just gorgeous, you know? So they feel like brand new tracks made for this game, although they aren't. And yeah. I definitely have the retros very close to my heart because they were the first pair of 16 tracks that I started actually speedrunning, trying to get a good time. And I eventually got 2920.240, and yeah, I am very happy with the time right now. And I don't think I'll beat it right here, but maybe I'm going to go back to grinding the retros in the future. I just really like those tracks here. Now this is Retro Mario Circuit, and it has in total 8 no item shortcuts, and all of them are kind of not that easy to pull off. So yeah, hopefully I can show them to you. First we grab 3 coins in this corner, then we grab another 2 coins here without spilling the oil, hopefully, okay. And then this is the first shortcut where you hop over those tires there. The second shortcut is going through this grass. And the third shortcut is this one here, which I failed. You can get a mini turbo through that. Maybe I can show it to you next lap. Okay. Anyway, it's tire time again. Nice. Then it's off-road time again. Not that nice, but still good. And then after that, it's off-road time again. Okay, this time I made it. You can hit that boost pad there, and it's the fastest way to do that, but it was still good. That was not that good, but still I made it. Now, Cheap Cheap Beach. What could I tell you about Cheap Cheap Beach? I don't know, there's not really much to this track, so yeah, you just go hop over this off-road, or at least I do it. It's not the optimal way. Then you can collect some coins there, and if you do it right, then you can get a very weird camera if you're close enough to that wall there. Maybe I can show it. And another thing on this course is that you can theoretically get a super mini turbo or orange mini turbo off this corner there, but it's actually faster to get just the blue mini turbo. because if you get the orange mini turbo, you're going to move your control stick around a lot, which I don't want to do. And you saw the weird camera right there. It's just for a split second and it jutters and it looks kind of weird, I think. Also, this is kind of a bad chip beach so far. Yeah, I think 3 people are on digital and 5 people are on physical. I'm not really sure. So I think me and Zypher are both on cartridge right now. Oh, okay, we just saved it. Now, this is the fun pattern of Toad's Turnpike, because it's the one that also appears in time trials, and it's just empty, basically, and the few cars that are there are not really that much of a problem. But so, I didn't really want to get that long mini turbo. I wasn't really watching what I was doing. You can get different patterns on this track, and I just messed it up. But there's one pattern where cars come towards you. It's not really that bad once you get a hang of it. And then there's one pattern where the turnpike is just absolutely full of cars, and that's the pattern that sucks. And that's the pattern why I don't really like Toad's Turnpike, because it's RNG-ish pattern you get, which means that you have no control whatsoever. And yeah, it's not a fun time if you get the bad pattern. Yeah, we are kind of normalizing it for the tournament. So what I was trying to do there is to get a super mini turbo into the off-road there, and if you do it right, you are not going to get slowed down by the off-road. So obviously I didn't do it right because I hit the rock, but you want to stay as close to the rock as possible without hitting it, and if you do it just right, then you can bounce over all of the off-road, and it's super cool. Yeah, I also found it there. Yeah, this is the off-road. It's nice. I don't know really what I was doing there. It's not fast at all. Hey, that was kind of decent, at least. Yes, I'm literally commentating myself. Isn't that fun? Yeah, so because I really have no idea what Zypher is doing right now, I can't commentate for him and for myself like a normal race, and thus I'm just commentating like it is a GDQ and what I'm doing now. It's not the best, and it's certainly nothing I would want to do all the time, but at least somebody's talking to you while you see some people driving around the tracks, which is probably why you're here. Okay, so this track, Donut Plains 3, has a lot of off-road you can easily get into, and it has a lot of tight corners. So the natural thing to do is just to go into the off-road and cut all the tight corners. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Also, the natural thing is to avoid the moles, which I thankfully managed to do there, but it was tough. Almost hit the guy. If you're on good paces, it can sometimes happen to you that you're trying to trick over the mole, and the mole just shoots into you like a tornado from below. Sorry, like a torpedo from below. Yeah, that mole right there. It happened to me a few times, and it's pretty funny if it happens. I am neutral as a commentator. I'm literally roasting myself most of the time if I make a single mistake, so I hope this is neutral enough. I don't know. Okay, so this is N64 Royal Raceway. You basically stay on the track the entire time, that's it. You're just drifting around the corners, trying to go fast. And yeah. I don't really know why, but it's one of my best tracks ever. So I'm playing within 4% of the Schwimmler's best known time on this track, which is still kind of blowing my mind. And on one attempt I was actually on the same pace that Pianist was, which I'm very proud of. This is not the same pace at all, but still, it's kind of good. Yeah, I don't really know why I'm that good at this track particularly, and I'm so bad at other tracks like Cheeseland where I'm still within only 10% of the Schwimmler's time, but whatever. Yo, Basic joining the commentators, Pog. Okay, so here you can do a special trick called a super bounce. You get a super bounce if you drift onto a bounce pad, and if you release the drift mini turbo just before landing, and then trick off it. So I'm not going for it because I haven't learned it yet, but just so you know, there's something cool you can do here and you're not going to see, just to make you happy. I'm not even tricking on that route there, laps 2 and 3, because I have too many coins and I'm scared of falling off and overshooting the ramp. Because that's something that happened to me a lot, and I learned my lesson. Oh, I tricked there. That wasn't actually intentional. I'm glad it worked though. Okay, so this is turn left stadium. This track has two right-hand turns, and they are both very minor. So that right there was actually the first right turn. I'm actually going straight through it because it's a hairpin, and you can do that there. And the second turn right is coming up right here, and that's it for the right turns on this track. The rest of it is just going left. You can actually almost go a lap with holding a single drift, but it fails on that anti-gravity section there because the right turn is kind of too big for that, but still, almost. Also, it's faster to drift over these boost pads, get a super mini turbo, and then drift over the ramp instead of tricking, because you can get a super mini turbo again, which has a longer boost duration than the trick boost. So we only have a few more tracks. This is N64 Sherbetland, I think. I at least think it's from N64. And yeah, it's ice physics, and ice physics are always a great time. Especially on this track. It's, I think, the retro track I like the least. Because these Shy Guys here, for example, they can be pretty terrifying if you are on a bad pace. Especially on lap 3, because you don't really know where they are. Okay, at least this time I got the super mini turbo there, that's nice. This is not so nice. This is the underwater cave, and I wasn't planning on showing it to you, but there you go. We had a little peek in the ice cold waters. Rip. Okay. Now, this is my favorite record track, and this is only due to there being a piano in there, because if you didn't know, I like to play the piano, and pianos are great, pianos are fantastic, and everything that has a piano in it is instantly 200% better. I don't quite like the black keys that much. I don't know how I got into this position, but I'm glad to be out of it. What was that? That never happened to me before. This is already 3 seconds behind gold, I think. Feature that. Yeah, so what you want to do in this corner actually is to get 2 orange mini turbos out of it. You know, I was saying how cool the piano was, and then it was screwing me over, so Very, very cool. Anyway, you can do a super bounce here, which I failed, but trust me, you can do it, and you're going fast after that. Okay, I really thought that the glider would be there by now. Apparently it wasn't. But we have another super bounce chance, and nope, wasn't it quite. Okay, so this is N64 Yoshi Valley, Yoshi Valley, and yeah, it's cute because it has Yoshis. That's basically all there is to this track. Yeah, so what you want to do here, lap 1, is get those coins here. They are super far out of the way, yes, but they are basically the only coins you can get on this track, unfortunately. And they kind of mess it up too. And another cool thing you can do is just hop over this off-road, get a mini turbo out to get back to speed again, and you're back on track. It's pretty fast compared to the normal route. One more lap of this, and then we are back into the last week, and then we're back into the special, and we're back into the Lightning Cup, where we already started our journey. So we have now 3 more tracks, and the first track is Tick-Tock Clock, and Tick-Tock Clock is a track that's very cycle based, as you might expect from a clock. And yeah, there's a very cool shortcut you can do lap 2 if you're fast enough, which I'm probably gonna be, I hope. So yeah, look forward to that. First though, we need to grab some points down here. At least try to grab some points down here. We didn't actually succeed in that, but that's okay. Okay. So yeah, lap 2. We have this ramp here now from the clock, and we also have the clock, how are they called again? The clock parts that move through the track, which I don't know the name of right now, that are swinging. And we have those in a different position, and we have this. Okay, that was super close, but I made it. Okay. I'm really glad it didn't fall off the lap 2, it was pretty close. Also, we have now 6, 9, 10 coins confirmed. 69, 10. Pretty nice. Okay. This is Piranha Plant Slide. It's pretty hectic and pretty cramped. This was definitely not designed for 200. Let's see how it goes. So you want to go behind the plant here, grab some coins. I got 2 here, nice. And you want to go over here, grab some coins there, which I didn't actually succeed in, but that's okay. Then you want to go down this thing into the pipe and get some tight corners out. Okay, good. That was a nice lap 1. Okay, I can't really go behind the plant with this angle, but I didn't actually need to anyway. And we can actually hop over those and get less airtime. I didn't do it there, but it's possible. We can also get some weird out of bounds cameras shenanigans, as you saw there. Okay, and last lap of this. Okay, 1 more to go. So timing usually ends when we cross the finish line of the last track on lap 3. And in this case it's going to be Grumble Volcano. Grumble is kind of interesting because parts of the track fall off as you race on it, and also one CPU. He didn't do it this time, but that CPU before me likes to just drive up into the lava because he's just that hot, he thinks. Okay. So yeah, if I do it correctly, we should only see parts of the track fall off and not actually be on the part of the track that falls off and takes us with it into the lava with it. But well, let's see. A lot can happen on Grumble. Middle fall start soon, and we should see, yeah, okay, this is a good pace. So the track pieces here are just falling off, and this is a very good pace for me. And we're done here. Okay. So yeah, I don't really know what should I do now. I just think that I'm just going to open my home menu and then I'm going to watch what Zypher's doing right now. Okay, you might hear the audio of the stream right now. I'm not sure. Nice, I got a 1:30:16. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to commentate Zypher now. Okay, so Zypher is currently on Sherbetland and he's doing pretty well right now. Lap 2, okay. So yeah, I don't actually know how to commentate a race. He's going fast and yeah, he's collecting coins, which makes him go even faster. That's great. Yeah, so this section he's going through right now is only a little bit slower than going up top. So this is a very good call of him. The underwater section there. Yeah. I don't know, guys. What should I say? Yeah, I know I'm good. I'm a good commentator. So, if I see it correctly, then he's probably on like a 140 pace. I'm not really sure. Yeah, so I don't even know what the next track is. I'm kind of confused right now. Yeah, right, Music Park. So this should put his pace definitely into the 140 range. I'm not really sure what. It could be even a sub 140. I'm not sure about it. I don't want to call anything right now. Okay. So something about Music Park is that the corners there are very tight on the marimba and the xylophone, and yeah, it's kind of stupid that you have to brake drift there so much, but you have to. Also, I can see Zypher using Waluigi, which is definitely the best call, because Waluigi is just sexy, you know. It's just Waluigi. Yeah, so Zypher made the corner there a lot better this time. It was probably due to not getting the Ultra Mini Turbo there. World record for 48 tracks is 1:25:37 by Pianist 15 right now, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Zypher is actually doing a very good job here right now with Music Park. Pretty nice. Okay, didn't fall off again. Perfect. Yeah, I know that you're trying to give me stuff to say. Wait, did he? What did he just do? Why did he get grabbed by Lucky 2? I didn't really see that. Okay, so yeah, you don't actually want to fall off at the end of Music Park because it gives you a longer screen transition for whatever reason. Because if you fall off a track, then Lucky 2 has to get you back on the track, and it makes for a longer load time, which doesn't really make sense, but it's a Nintendo game. It doesn't really have to make sense. It's just has to be spaghetti code, basically. Okay, Zypher also going for the Bridge of Death in Yoshi Valley, apparently. That bridge is not scary at all, because I'm not trying to curse anyone. Yeah, so if you're doing online races and going over this bridge, you normally have at least two other people who are also racing with you on the bridge, and they're trying to bump you off, and you're also trying to bump them off. And if you're not a super heavyweight, then you're probably going to lose the bump battle, and you're going to get bumped off, which isn't really a fun time. Yeah, but I don't think it's that much of a problem in a single player, because you only have yourself to blame for making mistakes normally. And I don't think the CPUs go for this bridge because Nintendo couldn't program them correctly, I think. Okay, Zypher making the bridge 3 for 3, awesome. Yeah, it's definitely the fastest path through Yoshi Valley, going over this bridge. So Zypher is now also done with all the cups and just has to finish up Lightning. So let's see how that turns out. And looking at his time again, yeah, I don't really know about this 140 pace anymore. It was probably just bad math on my part. Oh no, Baldy's coming for me. Anyway, so yeah, TikTok clock. Again, it's a very, very cycle-based track, and yeah, there's not much to say to that really. It's just that things can pretty much screw you over if the cycles are wrong. Yeah, it's not really a fun time. It's the same as Bowser's Castle. Yo, Zypher doing a nice shortcut there at the end of lap 1. Haven't seen that one before, but it's definitely faster than going around what I did. That's nice. Okay, Zypher having a bit of a moment there with Tanuki Mario apparently. Okay, so Zypher wasn't fast enough to make it lap 2, what I did, and he tried, but it didn't really work out for him, sadly. Okay. So what are the cycles looking right now? Wait, let me see if I can fix the delay a bit. How much delay do I have right now to the broadcaster? I don't think I can do anything about that delay. I'm 1 lap behind. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, that's partly due to 200cc just being that fast, but I think it's just upload delay from OBS to Twitch. I mean, if I need to... Oh yeah, right, join the Discord call. Okay, give me a sec. What? Okay, so apparently I didn't allow Discord access to my microphone. I'm just going to fix that real quick. I don't know how to fix that right now. Because wait a second, I'm going to open up the Discord app. Give me a second. Technology and me don't really get together very well. It's not. The thing is, I have like some weird Mac things, and it doesn't really work right now. I don't know how to fix it. No, I'm bad. Yeah, definitely I am a very good commentator right now. Well, anyway, while we are trying to figure that out, yeah, he's nearly done anyway, so I think I'm just going to commentate normally. Yeah, I know that you can still hear me, it's just latency things with the Discord call. Yeah, anyway, he is now on his last track also. And yeah, so let's see how Grumble works for him. Okay. So the CPU also didn't yeet himself off there, which is always a good sign. Trust me, he can do that sometimes. I'm not just making stuff up to have a good commentary. So what can happen there is that the CPU, who is in second, or in this case was in first, that this CPU is just following the lines that were programmed for 150cc, because they didn't actually bother to make 200cc lines for whatever reason. And those 150cc lines lead to the fact that the CPU just likes to throw himself into the lava. Yeah, good game design, Nintendo. I love it. Okay. So, I don't know if I should just commentate now as if I had a latency of 1 lap, because yeah, it is the last track. Okay, so we can see Zypher just going to the finish line, and it should be time any second now. What did he get? It looks like a 1:43 something. I don't know, because I'm still living in the past, but it's definitely a 1:43, I think. And he's crossing the finish line now. Oh no, I don't know, I'm still having latency issues, but no worries. Okay, it's a 1:43.33. Nice time. Pause champ. Nice, GG. Okay, yeah, so that's that. I don't know if we are doing post-game interviews, because I don't really know how to do stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to be quiet.
Okay, I'm here. That run wasn't really what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit better, but kind of sucked that I had to just pause for a minute and a half in between. Somewhere in Rainbow Road, I don't remember where it was. Which really sucked because my internet is just kind of dumb sometimes. So, oh well. But I don't think it definitely would not have changed the results, as I lost by 13 minutes anyway, which is what I expected to lose by. Would not have changed the results of it. So yeah, I hear that there is a SMO match in a few minutes, so not too long from now. So don't go anywhere, because we'll be live with that in a few minutes. So I think that's all I have to say. So goodbye, everybody.